Amid a growing rise in authoritarianism around the world, in 2018 Armenia shocked the world with a peaceful transfer of government. Here is how the Velvet Revolution came about. In 2018, after completing his second and final term as president, Armenian President Serzh Sargsyan announced his intention to become the country's prime minister. This was preceded by amendments to the country's constitution, as a result of which Armenia became a parliamentary republic and the prime minister, not the president, has full executive power as head of government and no term limits. Sargsyan had previously stated that he would not seek the post of prime minister, but he did. Nikol Pashinyan, then an opposition parliamentary deputy, initiated a walking protest and called it "My Step." He rejected Sargsyan's nomination, acceding to the post of the prime minister. The walk began on March 31 from the northern town of Gyumri and concluded at a rally in the capital, Yerevan, on April 13. By April 16, tens of thousands responded to Pashinyan's call to stage acts of civil disobedience. All major intersections, bridges, subway stations in the capital were blocked by demonstrators. The next day, inside a parliament surrounded by protesters and barbed wire, Serzh Sargsyan was elected prime minister. At a rally on the eve of the election, Pashinyan announced the start of a non-violent Velvet Revolution in Armenia. On April 22, Pashinyan and Sargsyan met at the Marriott Hotel in the center of Yerevan. The meeting, held before cameras, lasted 3 minutes. Upon his exit from the hotel, Pashinyan and his associates were arrested. In Yerevan, hundreds of protesters are also detained. The crackdown backfired. The number of demonstrators throughout the country increased dramatically. On April 23, Serzh Sargsyan announced his resignation, and Pashinyan was released from prison. Celebrations carried on for days throughout the country. Pashinyan was immediately nominated to the post of prime minister. Sargsyan's Republican Party, however, still controlled the majority of seats in parliament. On May 1, during a special session of parliament that lasted 9 hours, the Republican-held parliament did not elect Pashinyan prime minister. On May 8, during a second vote, and under pressure from sustained demonstrators, Pashinyan was elected prime minister. In Yerevan city council elections few months later, Pashinyan's party won more than 80% of the votes. On December 9, Armenia held special parliamentary elections where Pashinyan's bloc won over 70% of the vote. Since taking control of the government, Pashinyan has begun a campaign against corruption and monopolies. He has promised to reform policies in many areas, from education, healthcare to taxation and environment. Amid high hope and expectations, the world is watching a government on a steadfast but turbulent road towards democracy and economic growth.